Welcome, real ones, to another episode of Real Pre-Workout Reviews. If you're unfamiliar with the series, what we do here on Real Pre-Workout Reviews is we do just that. We give the no bullshit, the honest assessment of different pre-workouts submitted by y'all to test. As a disclaimer, I'm a huge stim junkie, so usually we tend to tip towards the medium to upper range of stim and some of the more powerhouse pre-workouts, if you will. Today I have some exciting news. We are implementing a new category into Real Pre-Workout Reviews. For any of you real ones that have already seen some of the previous episodes, you know that I always judge on taste, gym performance, and post-workout crash. But we're adding that special fourth ingredient into the mix here. And what we're adding is value. And value is going to be a little bit of an umbrella term encompassing everything from price to dosing of the ingredients versus number of servings. Essentially, are you getting the bang for your buck? Are you getting all the things you need in a pre-workout for what you're paying for it? Just because a pre-workout's more expensive does not necessarily mean it's low value. In fact, sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes you need those more expensive pre-workouts to get the proper dosing to allow that value to really shine through the pre-workout. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and introduce today's pre-workout that we're putting to the test. And as you can see, it's Chaos and Pain's Cannibal Ferox. And I do want to give a quick disclaimer here. Chaos and Pain went above and beyond. I reached out to them on Instagram and I just asked if they had any samples that I could either have or buy from them just to, use for this show. And instead, they sent me an entire care package. So essentially, we have today's pre-workout, as you see next to my head. We have the Cannibal Ferox Amped as well, which is going to be in a later video. And then we have several different of their series of the chemical series, as well as a PCT. And then they didn't stop there. They sent a shaker cup and they sent 3 Chaos and Pain shirts to me. And why I'm telling you all this, real ones, is because, again, I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to be transparent with you, and there's no bullshit here. So despite all this awesome generosity that I'm hugely thankful for, you are going to get the real rating of this pre-workout, unfiltered, unadulterated, right to your fucking brain. All right, with that disclaimer out of the way, let's go ahead and pop this bad boy open, and let's give Chaos and Pain's Cannibal Ferox a try. We're going to start here with the taste of their Blue Hawaiian mixture, which the picture's got like a wave, some berries, and lemons. It's hard to see because it's really shiny packaging, but excited to see this. They kind of explain it like a blue version of Hawaiian Punch. Today I'm mixing it with about 10 ounces of water. The package doesn't specify, and I prefer anywhere from the 8 to 12 range, so I went ahead and split the difference. Now for my personal favorite part. Oh yeah. The powder drop, baby. Is gonna hate. I just wanna shake. Did I do it right, Taylor? Cheers, real ones. That's actually pretty good. Hold on, let me get a second sip in there. Dang, they do a pretty good job of hiding the citrulline malate in that. And I mean, it's a high stim pre-workout if I didn't mention that. 450 milligrams, so I'm excited to dig into that in the performance side. Honestly, for taste, this is pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie, when you get towards the high stim and the high dosing of things like citrulline, it gets really difficult to balance that flavor. I'm personally not a pineapple fan, so that's the part that's throwing me off a little bit. But it's kind of like a slightly pineapple-y, slightly berry, not really tart, more smooth and sweet than it is tart. I like it. I don't think it's the best tasting pre-workout, but I definitely don't think it's a bad tasting pre-workout. So I'm gonna go ahead and give Chaos and Pain Cannibal Ferox, the Blue Hawaiian flavor, a 4.4 out of 5 stars. But all right, real ones, as I say every time, taste is only a part of the equation. So we're gonna go hit a workout that you're gonna see in just a minute. And when we come back, I'm gonna go ahead and rate it in terms of gym performance, post-workout crash, and the overall value of the product. If you're impatient and want to skip to any of those parts, check out the chapter markers below. You can jump right to them. The overall rating will be at the end, out of 5 stars. See you then, real ones. Welcome back from that workout, real ones. Now it's time for our rest of our ratings. We're going to go ahead and rate Cannibal Ferox on a scale of 1 to 5 in terms of gym performance, post-workout crash, and value. So without wasting any time, let's get into the gym performance. Honestly, I have mixed feelings about this one, is my takeaway. We're going to get a little bit into it in the post-workout crash, some of the side effects I was having with this one. So I'll save that for that part. But in terms of performance, it was good, but for the amount of stim that was in it, it didn't blow me away. I was finding actually that I had energy, like latent energy, if you will. It was there, but it didn't really push me very hard. It didn't really give me the urge to move. It didn't give me the urge to lift more. And I know that sounds so lofty and whatever, but I'm just keeping it real. That's how I felt. There was definitely that constant presence of the energy there, and the Huperzine definitely helps with my focus, I'm gonna be honest. But for me, I couldn't focus on the weights as much. I was just focused in between my sets on doing things on my phone and whatnot. So, I think it's there. My mind could have been elsewhere. Honestly, life's been a little wild, so it's been all over the place. So I want to put everything in that lens. But I will say, the focus-wise, I actually did something I've never done before and tried this pre-workout twice before this video. I'll explain more again in post-workout crash. But essentially, the second time, I ended up applying for jobs for a solid hour straight. I just lost track of time because I was so focused on that. Even with this pre-workout just coursing through my veins, I couldn't stop just doing my thing, rolling along. But then when I hit the gym, it wasn't all there. And to counterbalance that, the first time it was the same kind of feeling. It was there, the energy was kind of under the surface, but didn't really shove me farther in my workout, didn't push me to new heights. And again, I don't know how to explain that any other way, but that's kind of how I'm feeling with this one. So for those reasons, I think it was a good but not incredible performance rating for me. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4.0. Real ones, let's talk about where I have the most to discuss about this pre-workout. And I'm kind of shifting post-workout crash to during workout crash a little bit as well. Because this one, I'm going to be honest, had some rough side effects both times I took it. I want to caveat, I took this pre-workout twice because the first time I hadn't eaten much of anything. I think I had like a protein bar, and then I put this 450 milligrams of caffeine into my body, and I felt awful, is the honest answer. I felt fucking horrible. I was shaking. I was like, it just was weird feeling throughout. I was getting a little bit of headache, not as much as I was expecting, so I will give it credit there. But I was kind of like shaky and weak, and clearly did not mesh with not having food in the stomach. So that's why I went ahead and took it a second time. The second time, the effects were definitely less. The side effects, rather, were definitely less when I had a little food in my stomach. I still found that I had the jitters. I was going a little bit, and then post-workout crash-wise, this one did not really carry me through the rest of my day particularly well. It didn't crash me to the point where I had to collapse on the couch and just pass out. But at the same time, it wasn't doing all that much for me. It didn't carry me through my day, and then that coupled with the side effects that I was feeling, I feel like I have to go ahead and rate this one a 3.2 in terms of post-workout crash. I strongly suggest you have a significant meal in your stomach before taking this pre. It fucked me up pretty good, so I want to avoid y'all for that. But with that said, the rest of it was kind of just mediocre. It didn't carry me through anything. It didn't pull me back, it didn't make me crash immediately after my workout. It was somewhere in the middle, and that, just with the side effects that I was experiencing, I'm going to go ahead and I think it's right at that 3.2 mark. Now, real ones, it's time to explore our new category, value. And I know I mentioned in the beginning, but value is going to encompass everything from number of scoops for the price itself, the dosing, the whole 9 yards. So for Cannibal Ferox, I really wanted to try to pull together all the other feelings I had about it, the performance, the post-workout crash, the taste, wrap all that into everything I just mentioned a second ago, and try to determine the value out of 5 that I think it is. So before I give you the number, let's go ahead and talk about kind of my decision-making process here. I'm gonna rip the Band-Aid off right now. It's not a cheap pre-workout. It retails for, let's see, $55, and that's for 25 servings. So definitely not the worst I've seen. Definitely not the best. But with that said, and I said it in the intro, the price alone does not constitute value. To me, you got to get what you pay for. And for a lot of us stim junkies, getting some of these more powerful pre-workouts, you understand it comes with a trade-off of cost. So I want to incorporate that here. I by no means am saying this rating means it's the cheapest or the most expensive. It's that overall value. So when I combine that $55 price point with the 25 servings, solid dosing on it though. I will say really solid dosing of the ingredients it has, including a hell of a dose of caffeine, that 450 milligrams. Pulling all that together, I'd pull this out at a value of 4.0 out of 5. I think it solidly gives you what you pay for, but I don't know that I'm blown away with what you get for what you pay for. The price is pretty high, and the workouts didn't blow me away, so I can't in good conscience give it much more than that, but I also don't think it was bad. It's one of those top-of-the-line pre-workouts that you gotta pay a little bit more to get a little bit more oomph. But we have all 4 ratings down. Let's go ahead and get the overall rating of Cannibal Ferox by Chaos and Pain. You'll see them right up here, but the aggregate ratings that we have are taste at a 4.4. We have performance at a 4.0. We have post and during workout crash at a 3.2. And we have value at a 4.0. So putting all those together and averaging out, drum roll please, 3.9. I think that 3.9 is about right for this pre, to be honest. I think it had a good gym performance, but there was too much that came with it to make me call this pre-workout great. I had a workout, but I wasn't extra motivated. I wasn't extra pushed. I had the energy, but it came with a pretty bad side effect of making me literally shake, even when I had some food in my stomach. It has pretty good value, but it's still expensive, and you're still, to me, not getting a blowout amazing workout for that price. So for all those reasons, I think that 3.9 is where Cannibal Ferox by Chaos and Pain lands for me. And once again, I want to reiterate, I really appreciate Chaos and Pain sending this out. I am still going to be doing a review of Cannibal Ferox Amped, so stay tuned for that. That'll be in a couple of videos though. But essentially, I just want to say thank you again for sending this to me, Chaos and Pain. I apologize for, the brutal honesty, but that's what I'm about here on real pre-workout reviews. All right, so as I always say, this is the time when I have to ask. Please like and subscribe. It helps me a lot, keeps me motivated, keeps me pumping out these videos, trying to get you all the information and the scoop, pun intended, on all these pre-workouts. So on that note, if I'm missing any pre-workouts or if there's one that you'd like to see me try next, let me know. Let me know right down there, or, slide my DMs, whatever you got to do. Let me know what pre I should try next, and let's give it the real treatment. Other than that, real ones, take it easy, stay real.